We invite the patient to think of these things himself. For instance, Sullivan would ask, has it occurred to you that thus and thus and thus could be so and so? Has it occurred to you means that you should be thinking about things. It's not just up to me to figure everything out, but you should join me in this observation. In this way, the collaborative effort requires that the therapist be free in himself to his own associations that go on what I call thinking on the edge of one's awareness. People often ignore what they are thinking along the sidelines while they're talking about something centrally. And those sidelines can be a clue. One example I've used is in a seminar with residents in December. A resident was complaining about his patient who, for no reason at all, became suicidal in her thinking again. And for this resident, suicidal was taught to be something wrong on the part of the patient. And he was angry about this patient coming up with suicidal thoughts. As he was talking, I noticed myself thinking, gee, it's December, and I'm going on Christmas vacation. This is my last session with this seminar. We complete things at the end of the year here. And so I asked him, could it be that there's been some interruption pending in your work with the patient? He said, well, yeah, we are not going to meet the next session, but I have a resident who's taking my place on call. I'm covered by it. Sure, medically, legally, he's covered, but he doesn't realize that this is a break in the treatment, which often precipitates some kind of reaction. Then I heard him add, and by the way, we're stopping in January because I'm going on a different rotation. So I formulated for them that the patient was triggered into reacting by the canceled session because of the coming termination of therapy. And this is something that needs to be recognized and discussed and worked through. And there would be time enough in the rest of the month to be working on that coming process. People often react to interruptions as even the ending of the session will often bring something like a transference reaction. Not that the patient says, I don't want to stop now. What they do is start up with another request or something, a new topic, anything that will prolong the session, or if that doesn't seem to work, they'll stand at the door and kind of block the exit of everybody so that the therapy session does go on. Now, there's another aspect about that, is that this is often done in a way that's rather irritating to the therapist and often angering the therapist because they want to get along with their right schedule. This irritation serves a function. It prolongs the relationship for both patient and therapist even after the separation, because both can be angry about the way the things were ended and the way they were, quote, kicked out of the office. These are things that one shouldn't back off from and try to avoid, but needs to bring up for recognition and discussion and inquiry.